All right.
Hi, all. This is Dr. J and Professor Spike, streaming live
Hello.
from Long Island, New York, where it's a pretty nice day in the 40s.
All that opera training that you took over time is actually coming to pay off now with that long.
Echo, echo, echo.
Is it really?
Yep.
Well, let's see what the gang says, because maybe you should just lower your volumes, see if that helps.
All right. If I could figure out what my volume is. I'm on the Apple, remember?
Oh, you're on the Apple now, so we're gonna have to really be charting.
The volume might be on top, not the bottom. I get confused with this doggone Apple. Want me to lower it?
Well, if you lower me, then we'll hear out of your speaker.
Right.
To the mic.
Now I don't hear you.
Boy.
Keep it lower.
Boy, tough stuff around here. You'd think with all the money that Dr. J makes, we could have a much better the Triple D millionaire. Please, Clarence. Clarence is calling me the Triple D millionaire. And I bailed out of that and stayed with Protolabs instead. Yeah, well, I hope you were in there, Clarence. I hope you're in there. 3D printing is probably the way to go. At least one of us will be making some money. Yeah, I know, right? Clarence is surprised that I actually bailed on 3D. Like I said, it didn't look like the best of the three. And I don't have a whole lot of money to throw around. Excuse me?
You bailed out Protolab?
No, I'm still in Protolab, but Triple D ended up doing very well.
Oh.
And I wasn't on it.
Yeah. Look, you can't be in everything. Even Dr. J trimmed only 50 stocks.
Oh, you trimmed to 50. All right.
Yeah,
I'm just listing all the stuff we talked about over our New Year's show.
I sold all my quality and went into junk. I sold my 3M, sold my Apple, half my Amazon, half my Walmart, all of my FedEx, half my Kimberly-Clark. I literally divested of all the good quality stuff in my portfolio. And I decided on names like SBE, DMTK, weirdo names.
Weirdo names that are making you weirdo money.
Yeah. Now that I see Chris, ARWR, I mean, I'm in crazy stocks.
Clarence likes Amazon.
It's devoid of blue chips. I'm also in a lot of cash.
Yeah, it's, everybody's telling to keep some dry powder. I'm just keeping my stuff in a lot of contrarian stuff. I haven't bailed any of my VIX.
I was
in particular because I'm still down on most of it.
I was 25% cash on Friday. Now I'm more like 40% cash.
Okay. Okay.
But it's temporary, I just...
Oh, bubbles got to burst sometime.
Yeah.
Have you looked at Sava?
Sava made me smile this morning.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, those Alzheimer drugs, because there was a bigger company that was getting heading towards approval.
Biogen, BIIB.
BIIB was they were the biggest ones in Alzheimer's, but they had a hit because something didn't work out for them. I guess
I don't remember what it was.
I'll tell you in a sec, because
I'm just
kidding. I went in and out of that.
I'm Professor Spike. I'm just kidding.
What?
I don't remember because it's Alzheimer's drug.
Oh, you got me, man.
Maybe I'm the one. What it was is that their drug was in phase 3 and didn't make it.
Yeah, it had a spike in November, and then it came right back down. So right now it's about where it was before all of that.
I bought some on the dip. I do own BIIB, and I guess you could say that's a quality name.
When did you buy it?
On the dip to 230.
Oh, nice. So you're up nicely.
Yeah.
Because it's 267 now.
You know, I can't talk about all 60 stocks in my portfolio. Now maybe I can talk about all 50.
All right. Well, but we also have about another couple hundred being given to us by our audience. Like I said, I'm trying to write a lot of it down, but I'm
Chris is my #1 ARWR fan, and he keeps me on the straight and narrow. Every time I think of selling a little, I say Chris wouldn't like it if I did.
Yeah, what would Chris do?
What would Chris do? Cat likes our sense of humor.
Well, or our nonsense of humor.
Or our nonsense of humor, yeah. We did that. Pete,
what is RNAi?
Pete, you're in the lead again. Will you quit? Will you cut that out?
I got to start following him.
Why are you in the lead again? I'm not sure if Pete's in the lead or for the weekly. I think it's Big Tex. Big Tex came up with Sun W again. SUNW.
Well, certainly not me.
And he might be in the lead.
All right. Snyde was talking about what is it? La Jolla, which was in the news.
La Jolla, all gone, La Jolla.
Well, you want to get angry? Have you looked at Lake lately?
Lake is 31, yeah.
It's in the 30s. I mean, we were getting so worried. I bailed somewhere in the low 20s because even though you and I were like, that's the best of the bunch, we didn't. At least I didn't have any.
I have none left.
Yeah, so I was bummed when I saw that. I'm holding a lot of APT.
But I am very happy about YCBD. I do own a bit of that.
That's your cannabis play?
Yep. One of them. Curaleaf is the other one. And Tilray is the third one.
Tilray took a nice move this week also.
Yeah. Pete is just whooping it up. He comes to the board to whoop it up.
Well, because Pete actually invests in the stuff he puts on the board.
You know, when
he's in first place. He's really in first place.
When there's irrational exuberance like this, it reminds me of 2000, the .com euphoria, then followed by bust.
So that means all of my good calls is because a rising tide lifts all boats.
You know, back then in 1999, I ran up 25,000 into like $500,000 and wanted to sell it all about a week before the crash. And my wife said, "You crazy? It's going to become $1 million soon." I said, "I didn't sell any." And I lost every penny.
Very funny story.
My wife said, "Nah, it's going to be $1 million. Just hold it."
Oh, I know. I think I'm still holding some of that drugstore.com.
I don't know about CLOV. We'll give it a look.
Okay.
But what did Man say? Man said something. Chris is expounding on RNAi technology.
Gotcha.
Yeah, why it works.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like why mRNA works when they put it in my arm the other day.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good on you. And Marco's asking about LCTX. I forgot about that.
They stuck me, and I can't lift my arm for about 2 days.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you have to do it again in about 3 weeks?
Yeah, 4 weeks. I took the Moderna.
Oh, the Moderna's 4 weeks, right? 28 days.
And what else is anyone? What else? What other intelligent things do people have to say?
Well, like I said, Mark is asking about LCTX. I forgot what that was.
I sold LJPC pre-market yesterday for over 6.
You had some?
I don't know what it's doing today. Saeed says it's having a good day. I don't know what that means.
Well, it's been hanging. It had since we bailed on it, I stopped talking about it. it had some doldrums, but it might be coming back.
Well, I bought it back. I bought it back at 3.
Did you?
But I forgot to tell people.
Uh,
But I will tell you, I sold it pre-market at 620
nice.
yesterday.
Nice.
I don't know what
People
it's doing.
doubling their money in this world.
I don't really care what it's doing because I'm out of it. Bubble busting fears, yes. I have those haunting memories of the .com bust.
Well,
I'll tell you one story about the Globe.com. I went to class. I bought 100 shares of the Globe.com at 7. I come out of class at something like 77, 1 hour later. I sold it. It was a very profitable class.
yeah, right. If you hadn't had that class, you probably would have sold it earlier.
Probably. But you know what we now have? We now have the Globe.ev and the Globe.gambling and the Globe.marijuana and the Globe.
Yes.
A lot of things.
Yeah, I'm glad we're moving out of just pharmaceuticals. I mean, I know the COVID plays kept us in there, but it would be nice to be talking about other stuff as well.
Man has something intelligent to say. One thing we need Man because otherwise we talk nonsense the whole show.
Well, yeah, actually, I gave the show to somebody, and what they appreciated was the fact that we keep talking over each other. And I said, we call that Brooklyn talk.
That's
part
right.
of the show.
I'm from Brownsville. You're from Bensonhurst. We're brought up to talking over each other.
Exactly. We still listen. We still hear. We hear while we're talking.
I think we're the only ones from Bensonhurst and Brownsville that ever went to college. We're anomalies.
Well, at the time, certainly. Now you can't even get a job without a college degree.
What do you mean you go to college? You got to go work.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have money to go to college.
College?
Who's got money to go to college?
And then the graduate school, he says, you got to contribute. I was like 20. I said, I'm going to live away. He says, no, you got. I don't care where you live, but you got to contribute.
Been there. Spike from Bensonhurst. Yep. Bensonhurst.
Bensonhurst.
Yes.
You know who was the first to arrive? He deserves special credit. The Green Mountain State of Vermont.
Yeah.
Where's your brother? Right? What's his brother's name? Graham?
That was that old joke with the fisherman.
We miss your brother. Go tell your brother to come by. And Cat is back. The cat in the hat came back.
That's right.
The
So I
cat
think since we had such a long show last time, we should get right to some charting. And
you mean you want to do this?
Hmm?
You want to do business?
Yeah, I want to do business because I got to get off at 4 anyway.
So do I.
Yeah, maybe you and I have the same meeting.
All right. So
You have a list because the only thing I was going to put on the list, just for bragging rights, was Sava.
okay, we'll do Sava first, but I wanted to do the website. The problem with the website, I'll show you instead of the website, I'll show you my spreadsheet.
Okay.
This
Much better, yes.
My entries. Notice what happened to SBE. The feed is wrong. So instead of giving me a nice gain for the week on SBE, I'm flat on the week. Every other number is correct. And anybody who gave me SBE, including Professor Spike, is also getting gypped on the website.
Right.
So my percent gain for the week is much more than 2.26. Let's see how some of the others are faring.
Well, SBE is doing pretty bad today. It's gone down. Well, not bad. It's gone down 1%.
It's allowed to go down. They don't go straight up.
No, they don't, do they?
No. Linda, take a look at Linda. Linda, I think, is negative by a drop. Very slightly negative. Call it flat. Same with MA, call it flat. Our buddy Omar, he's flat. Everybody's flat on the week so far, but Pete is up. Does that surprise you that Pete is up?
Look at that. Despite VVIV.
Does it surprise you, first of all? Does it surprise you?
Not at all. It looks like space was the good idea.
Pete, winning week. Give me a break. You're making me look bad.
What is that PEC? I never saw PEC.
I don't know. It's a Pete. Pete made up four letters, and he called it some.
The magic touch.
Yeah. It's a Pete stock. How do I know what it is?
Well, again, we're looking for.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Big techs. Big techs.
Wow, 10% gain.
He basically has one winner, and he's up 10 to 11% on the week.
We have just so you remember, so you know, we have a request for GE because Clarence thinks he sees a cup and handle, so we should definitely look at that.
I see cup and handles in my sleep.
Well, that's what happens when you
if I see him at the breakfast table, I pour some coffee into him. Confucius having a good week. Broke into
the Vermont Solar Company. Nice.
Almost 3%. So
was that
far, still another day left.
Yep.
Look at our boy Alex.
2 more days. 2 more days.
Our boy Alex with green tomatoes, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, I actually went in on that because it looked like green thumb.
Green thumb.
Yeah, that looked it looked interesting. But magnificent answers here.
Look at this magnificent answer. Well, you're flat, and I'm up a few points, and Alex is got 8 points on us. Doing good, Alex. Alex will be here on Friday to brag about his picks.
Okay, that sounds good.
Professor Spike, you're having a much better week than 3%, by the way.
Oh, because of my SBE.
You're probably up about $15 on SBE.
Yeah, probably, Tandem is probably going to hold off. Lulu, I'm just waiting for earnings on Lulu, and then I'm going to.
What I'm saying is you're probably at about 6% for the week.
Okay.
Nice week. Man, I'm not getting the feed. No, I was doing very well last I looked. But the feed is broken for whatever reason. I'm sure there's nothing that I did wrong. It's just the Google feed. I'm just double checking one thing.
I just want to make sure these stocks that we hadn't talked, if there are any stocks that we haven't talked about. Again, that's how you bring your number from 50 back to 100, Dr. J.
Yeah.
We get I'm writing them down, and it's like an alphabet soup over here on my paper.
Yeah.
And I try to sort of organize it a little bit and realize that I do not have enough money for all the investment ideas out there. I just don't.
You do. I
have to put like $4 in every stock, and then I'm so glad when I make it to 6.
If I want to buy 4,000 stocks, I don't have the money either. But
we could buy the whole market.
Buy the whole market. Buy the IWM.
Then have a beta of 1.
Buy the IWM.
I was going to ask you: what is a good ETF or fund for not the experimental pharma, but the big pharma? Because IBB is for the experimental stuff.
What is it? XBI? I forget.
Okay. I'm
thinking I'm a Sava patient.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, we like to pick specific stuff, but And I'm
I
on
don't
some of
remember.
the biggies for the
I never bought the doggone index. You're asking me a hard question.
all right. I mean, IBBs for the more experimental stuff. I was just looking for the more run-of-the-mill stuff, only because, like I said, there's too much money to throw around, and all
I
your
have it on
Pfizer's
my
and your
You want me? You want me?
AbbVie's and your
You want me to? You want me to chart the index for the pharma biotech
only if our audience does. XBI, they said, is the one.
XPI? I'll chart it. I actually had it right. Look at this son
Thank
of a
you, Clarence.
go. Now I bought more when it hit 7. In the 7s, I bought more. So I
Did you back in with 7? That they had some sort of deal where they were doing an offering or something, and it went
did
down
an
to
offering at 8.25. Now it always overshoots. It never just stops at 8.25. It dropped into the 7s. I bought some more. So I'm very happy with the action on Sava.
Sava, yeah.
I'm just sitting with my feet up, enjoying the ticker as we chat.
Yeah. No, I think I'm in my average about 10 or 11 because I didn't buy in when it went back down again.
You're gonna be a very wealthy man from this stock.
Yeah, but right, I do have a decent amount of exposure, so when that starts making some moves, then maybe I'll be happy for a change.
I think you definitely will be. This one could have legs. A tremendous candle. Oh my goodness! I believe no news last time.
They're just expecting. I think that some people on stock twits were just saying that maybe quietly as we're speaking, there's some sort of move towards at least a go ahead for some of their experimentation.
Either that or a buyout.
Yeah, or a buyout, right? Maybe that's
So,
how these other companies are going to make their way into the Alzheimer's market.
So today's high took out the 2 previous highs, took out the high of the year. It's got to pull back a little before it continues. This is too big a freaking candle.
Right.
Pull back a little. You have opportunity to buy more. I would probably look for an entry point. You know me, midway.
Right in the middle, right?
Midway from the high of the day to the low of the day, or at least midway of the green. It's still an hour. How far from close? Half hour?
Yeah.
So figure pull back into the $11, 10 below $11, roughly. But I could try to get more specific where I would pull, but where I'd look for an entry point. If I didn't own this, I probably wouldn't chase it.
Right. No, we had good stuff to say about that when we were talking about it being one of the few in the Alzheimer's market. But then, like I said, I was hearing news that was it AstraZeneca or some other company had some presence in that market also besides Biogen, and I was very surprised.
Yeah, it was all Biogen for a while. Yeah, right around here. Right around, maybe a little bit above the low of the day here. You might pick it up.
Middle of a bunch of other green arrows, so a bunch of other
This
green.
might be a little too low. It might be. I would look for somewhere in the middle, actually, between these 2 lines that I drew. So between 11 and 950, go for 10. It will be between 11 and 1050. It's 75 cents. 10 and a quarter. Go for 10 and a quarter for an entry point. How's that?
Sounds good.
Try to draw it better. 10 and a quarter is my entry point. Well, I will buy more. It's also the middle of this red candle. It's 10 and a quarter is just a good feel to it. 10 and a quarter it is. That's a healthy pullback from 1244. Don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, it's possible tomorrow there's a news of a takeout.
Right.
Buy out at $25 a share. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased.
Yeah, I won't complain.
I'll have more cash to not know what to do with.
I have a couple ideas.
I'm going to steal some of Alex's thunder.
Oh yeah, right. This is what DMAC, right?
Alex is coming on Friday. He'll talk more about DMAC. He could talk for hours about this stuff.
Yeah, does this look like a consolidation technically?
Well, it pulled back to a very marked low at 873, and now it's just basically it's not much of a day today. Body of the red body inside the green candle from yesterday. Little pullback on yesterday's move up. So yeah, I would say it's going to be probably more the same for a while, maybe until it breaks out. But this high is in danger, more danger than this low, in my opinion. So I say we go higher rather than lower, but I'll draw the range that we're now in, which is obvious, but I'll draw it anyway. It's obvious to me, it's obvious to you, but maybe it's not so obvious to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So you never can take the obvious for granted. This is the trading range, and we're right smack in the middle. Which way do I think it'll go? I think it goes up and retests the highs, hopefully makes new highs. So there's news right around the corner, April or so, data readout on the stroke trial. That sounds pretty exciting to me. People are not going to be selling that are in it for stroke. I think most people are in it for the stroke trial. So it's at least a hold, if not a buy. I would rate it somewhere between a hold and a buy, not a sell. If you own it, you can just hold it or add.
Right.
I intend to add to my position. I
You
should
have
have
any of this?
on the dip. I'm only recently in it, don't forget. I don't have much of a position.
Right.
I did not go in big. All right, but I'm thinking now I'm more confident. So I will add to my position on Diamedica. It's a very good complementary position to Athesis anyway, which is in stroke.
Right.
So it makes sense for me.
Still just hanging around its 2. It's not doing anything crazy. It might not even be worth talking about today.
This one I have to thank Wetware for. Very nice pick, Wetware. Don't know where you got it from.
Prof, right. You were big on Prof.
Yeah. It does look good. I like the field.
You did say it was going to go. You said it was going to go back down to its 9-day, which it's doing now.
And sure enough, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
who's better than you?
I like it. It's you're talking about every man in the world practically is going to need this procedure by the time they're 70. There isn't a man.
It's not as invasive as radiation-based stuff.
It's not invasive at all.
Right.
It's sound waves like they do with the kidney stones. You know what they do with the kidney stones? They smash the
They try to crush them from afar.
Yeah, with the liquid frequency. So this is a MRI guided procedure that uses ultrasound. It's just sound waves.
Well, how does sound waves reduce the tumor load?
Well, just like it smashes that's something as hard as a rock, a kidney stone. It can shave the prostate, which is gets red. It's what is it? What shape is it? Almond shaped, and it grows pretty big, and they just shave it.
Gotcha.
I imagine.
Okay.
They use an instrument that looks like a pen. They stick it in there and do a little remodeling.
So an ablation, I get it. Okay. Yeah, this would be a lot better.
That's a better word for it, ablation. Thank you.
Okay.
They ablate it.
Yes, and every man over 40 watching the show just got a little bit of a tightening in their.
Well, I'll give you another tip. If you're a man under 40, start eating a lot of pumpkin seeds.
Okay. Good advice. We're getting a lot of requests for F-cell, so you might as well do that at some point.
Which stock?
F-cell, FCEL, fuel cell.
Oh, that one that gets me sick every time I look at it. That and plug, they both get me ill.
Yes, I know. And plug was the other one people were talking about.
It actually hit my target to buy today, and I haven't been paying attention. I've been distracted. This was my target to come back in when it pulled halfway back on this green candle.
Uh-huh.
And I just didn't put the limit order in. I should have put it in. I figured I'd be watching it. But lo and behold, I got distracted. I hate when that happens. I can't pay attention 24/7. I have to learn to use the limit orders. I'd rather not use automated orders. I'd rather
I
pay
get you.
attention.
Not a lot of control. I put that amongst my picks, even though I'm still not on it. And I don't know what I'm waiting for.
I wanted to get in right about 1750. I would have made it, right? The low today was, oh no, wouldn't have made it.
If so,
What was the low today?
I'll tell you in a sec.
18. So I wouldn't have made it. I would have missed it anyway.
1802. Yeah.
I know. I was going to put it in at 1775. I would have missed. I feel a little better.
Earnings call coming in 7 days with this one. So
yeah.
If the earnings news is good, we could expect it to go down.
Well, the earning news isn't going to be good enough. So yes, we can probably.
No, I mean, this market's been disappointing us. I mean, that's what happened with Lake. That's what happened with a lot of stuff. Even Lululemon.
Professor Spike. 7 days from now, this doggone thing could be 33.
Oh, and then when the bad news hit,
that means it's only 20. It's 26.
So you're saying that it might be worth a ride for the next 6 days?
Yeah, get out for earnings.
Interesting idea.
If I were riding this, do not stick around for earnings because it's good. The earnings are not going to be good enough. It's got to be the talk. He's got to talk the talk.
Right. You heard it here, folks.
This is not a special. I got in, I got out. I said, "Thank you, Jake." I said, "You're a good guy."
Did you come out of this one?
I'm out.
Really?
Out.
I'm still hanging. I can't wait to talk about this one.
My timing was almost impeccable on this one. I made a few points. I was happy. I don't know that this is really worth being in long term. Took my profits.
Well, what did the technicals tell you?
Huh?
What did the technicals tell you here?
Well, you still have the series of. Remember we pointed this out. The series of lower highs. This is still lower than this high.
Right.
If it goes higher than this high, I'd be more interested maybe. I don't know. I lost the. I don't know what this high is. I can't seem to read it. It looks like about 15. Oh, now maybe I can read it. Oh, why does it keep blinking off? Look, I'm having trouble.
Oh, that thing, the high and the low? It's because you're not exactly on the arrow.
I'm exactly on the doggone arrow.
Well.
No, I don't care. I'm still in skills. I should have added even more to my position. I added a couple of times. I have a lot of cash. I might add more. This is a chart. Now this is a chart.
Yes.
This is a chart. Do I have confidence that it's going to go to 30 before retracing, let's say, to 23? Probably not, but it's been explosive.
Well, why aren't you thinking that this one's going to go back to the 9-day like the other one did?
I think it's going to retreat. I think it's going to test the highs of 1.6, whatever they are.
Okay, well, that's what the 9-day is right now, anyway.
Is that where the 9-day is?
Yeah. Gotta love that 9-day, huh?
Yeah, the 9-day is something. There's something magical about it. I guess traders must use it a lot.
Well,
but look how it stopped exactly at the 9-day, yesterday's candle.
Hmm.
The 9-day is something. Not the 9-day. Didn't stop at the 9-day.
Stopped at the
high of 112.18.
Right.
It knew where to stop. It stopped in the right look, in exactly the right place. And at this point, I expected very well will retest that 23.85 level. 2 points lower. So I'm looking to add on the if it swings back down. Now you could say, why not sell and buy back? Because I don't know for sure it's going to swing back down. If I knew for sure, I would do that. Again, that's where if it gets there, I'm going to be adding. I like this one. You know, they will implement any idea for a game that you have, Professor Spike.
Really?
Yep. And they have some big clients with big money.
Just recently, you said something similar about this with IDEX, in terms of, and I just wanted to, if you had it handy, whether or not you wanted to talk about that.
I did not like the chart. I wanted to buy lower.
Right. You were waiting for a comeback. It was very similar to this kind of thing.
I felt it had run too quick. It was over 4. I thought it would come back to the 9-day, and it didn't. But it came close. I would look to buy right about here. Right about 275.
Yeah, close to 250, right? I wrote down 250.
Even where it came down to the low of yesterday might not have been a bad entry point. If you caught that low yesterday.
Well, it's still going down. It's on a downward move.
It's in a downward move. You could buy it right now, I suppose.
Depends on how many shares you're going to buy.
276. It's 275. Look, this is exactly where I said you can pick it up. When it was like we last looked at 3.5. It was midway.
Right. It
was right about here.
Yeah.
3.5, and we said
it started that downturn.
I said I don't like this picture. It's going back down. Wait. I'm not saying I don't like the stock. I'm just saying I didn't like the picture. I think there's a difference. In other words, it may be it might be a wonderful stock to own, but I thought you could own it for a lot cheaper than 3.5.
Yeah, well, I was thinking 2, but it doesn't look like it's going to hit 2.
No.
I was thinking 250. It looks like I might have up to 260.
Drop lower or right where it is. I mean, what's the difference really? If you get it at 275 and the ideal point would have been 265, big deal.
Yeah, it's true that. That's true.
Yeah, so this is okay. Now it's okay. If you like the fundamentals and you think it's a good stock to own.
Well, the 2 industries, it's weird. The 2 industries are batteries and financial technology.
All right.
It seems like a weird mix.
Antonio likes it. That's a plus.
Yeah, right. Plus, Antonio was big on it when we were talking about 2 weeks ago.
All right, I sold all my Amazon, half my Amazon at 31.32. So I have time to buy 33.32.
Mm.
So I have time to get back in. Maybe I got to think about that. when I sold it, I didn't intend never to come back in, so I got to give it some thought. It has a nice day today, and it's crossing the 9. Maybe, as Clarence said, who said there's never a wrong time to buy Amazon? Is that me?
Yes, it was you. That's right. I'm trying to think. It was you.
It was me.
Yes.
Did I always say when in doubt? But did I also say that when in doubt by Amazon? Did I say that too?
You say that a lot, and I never listen to you.
Oh, yes, I say it a lot.
You haven't been saying it lately, though. It's been.
All right,
It's been.
I have to remind myself that I have to buy back my Amazon.
Yeah, you have to put it on your alarm clock.
It was just a short-term loan.
Make a reminder that tomorrow is not a bad day to buy Amazon. We have a request from Pete for ASPN, which seems interesting. ASPN.
Aspen, Colorado.
Yes, ASPN.
I don't even know where Aspen. Have you ever been to Aspen?
No, not Aspen.
Isn't it cold there?
Not right now. It's probably a little on the milder side, I imagine.
Really?
Oh, that's where the ski slopes are. So what do you?
Yeah.
It looks like you've played with this one before.
I'm sure I have.
What does Pete say about it? He says it's tangential to the solar and energy markets. They engage in design and manufacturing and aerogel insulation. Wow.
It's tangential. We don't like tangent lines.
I don't.
only like secant.
I got
lines.
ADHD. I'm all about tangents.
Secant lines.
Oh, secant lines. Yeah, those are the ones you like.
All right. So anyway,
Yeah, it's a secant line that you draw.
it's a very good breakthrough today. You see this? This is like a wall of resistance. It broke it.
And it's breaking it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very nice sign, as long as it doesn't give it all back and close right at that line. We want to see some separation here. I'd like it to close right where it is now. What time is it? 3:51?
Yeah, it's likely to.
There's a good chance that it closes right where it is. I
What do
got
you saying? Old resistance is a new floor on this one?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna buy some right now.
Okay.
You keep talking.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep talking while you do that. Because I actually did want to look at what other people were saying. Linda's still in AUPH, which I am also, and I think we're all waiting for like some sort of.
So we're waiting for the buyout. The buyout's coming.
Right. That's what we're all thinking anyway. Again, that's one of Jake's babies, so he'll probably talk about it on Friday, along with the was it ANT or the one that he was really into, the one that you just sold out of.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm still in that one. I'm very happy with it.
And I'm filled. I got filled at 1861. I overpaid a little bit.
No, you bought it at 1861.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like you said, just a little bit, not too bad.
No,
That may end up paying off nicely.
it may. Thank you, Pete.
There you go. All right, Pete.
I'm a man of action.
You've seen it.
I sold it. I had to get the wheelbarrow to take my property away.
Yes, you've seen it. Ada Wong is talking about CCIV. Did we ever play with that one?
Don't give me another good one. I'll have to buy again.
It's up 16% today, so you might think it's overboard.
CCIV?
CCIV. Yeah, it's interesting that she's mentioning that. But before we end the show, we have a couple of our stalwarts.
This is not it. Is it?
No, that's Aspen. You're still in Aspen.
CCIV?
CCIV, as in 204 Roman.
204. I had a V. This is it?
That's
I can't buy this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Who's the jokester? Are we playing a joke on me?
Where were you last week, Ada?
Who gave you this?
Ada mentioned it.
Ada? Ada's playing a joke on us. I'll tell you where I would buy it.
Yeah, back down there.
Yep. Right about in there.
In that space. I wouldn't even touch this one. It's too late.
I'm not sure I'd buy it there either.
40 at some point.
I don't know what the hell it is, and I'm not touching this one.
So maybe they're getting involved in like the same markets that we've been doing, all those acquisition corporations.
Maybe, but shouldn't we look at SBE? That's my best pick.
Looking at SBE, absolutely.
SBE, my best is DraftKings. This one is up there.
Yeah, there's another one that I was on that I'm sort of disappointed in for gambling.
All right, there's no reason that this one should not take out the all-time high up there. No reason. It blinks off. This is a blinky, blink, blink, blink. I can't see what it is. But it's going to go there. It'll get to 50. SBE to 50 before merger with checkpoint. The merger is February 2nd, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's sometime in February. Okay?
All right. You're not to God's ear.
50 before then. Anything else to end the show?
We might as well do BCRX.
Yeah. Erod says it all. Hot, hot, hot. Undervalued. Every time I think about selling this, Erod sends me a text message, and I don't send it.
What are you doing? All right. So for once now, the technicals are matching our optimism. For the longest time, it was just on fundamentals that we were in.
The trend line is starting to really take hold here.
Right.
New trend line.
And it looks like it's definitely deviating off the 9-day.
Beautiful. It looks very, very good. I like the move today off of the trend line. I like that. Mm-hmm. Let's see if it can challenge that 873 area. Maybe take out this high would be nice. Wouldn't it? Get rid of that high. It's making me crazy. But I think it's going to hit the $9 level again. Looking good. I mean, the whole market is looking good. The whole market is looking good. Beware
can we make money off of this before the bubble bursts?
Not the Ides of March, but beware the Ides of April.
I'm the one calling March. You'll call. No, I called. What did I call? I called April. Right.
I agree with you.
Only because it was. I've been seeing like a 13-month kind of cycle.
It makes sense actually.
But
it might last longer than that. I hope, because we're going to make a lot of money until the bubble bursts. The question is getting out just before then. How do we do that?
Oh, Pete's wondering if BCRX is going to hit 9 before the expiration on Friday. Probably not, right?
Probably not, unless it's
not in any kind of way that's going to put him well into the money.
Look, you can always get a takeout off of tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right? There you go, Pete. Some hope.
Some hope. All right, we want to say good night to everybody and thank everybody for tuning in, whether you were tuned in live or replay or what have you. Don't forget to
sweet time.
subscribe. Don't forget our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. And do your own due diligence, check with an advisor, all that usual stuff.
Yes.
And tell your friends about us and check out the website stockpicks.com. I'm going to write it down just so you don't forget. Stockpicks.com. And don't blame me if the Google feed is off.
Right. It's just for fun. It's just for fun and some ideas when people put some new stuff. I got something new I'm going to put on it for next week.
It's not Dr. J's fault if the Google feed is a little bit off, right? Some things are control.
Right. And so, yep.
Where is my stock picks?
There you go.
Man,
Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Clarence. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Jiggly. Thank you all for coming. Look, thank you, Cabinet Guy, whoever else, Kat,
Clarence, absolutely.
Clarence, everybody. See you all on Friday.
You too, Ada.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Keep picking winners. Get rich.
Yes.
Well, the main theme of this show is everyone on this show gets richer every day. Ciao.